I swear. I'm gonna at least make this the last one for tonight. I'm so tired right now, it's ridiculous. But I doubt I'll go to sleep for a while. I don't know though. Well, like I said, just trying to have a relaxed day and everything. And it's like, I'm just dealing with a lot. Upset about this whole, I don't even know what to call it. Me being in love with this girl situation. And it's like coincidental shit. And it's like something coincidental just happened. I made a short video about it, but I took it and put it up under private because I was like, afterwards. But it's like coincidences always happening, and it's like I get on Facebook and literally stuff that I've mentioned in my videos. There's like things that people are sharing, and I mean, I'm laughing at them too. I'm like, hey, that's funny, or whatever. That's like this girl shared this video of these guys that are like, they can't say properly, like, they can't say mouse or goose in plural. And so instead of saying mice and geese, they're saying mousesses and goosesses or some shit or what the fuck ever. And that's like in one of my previous videos. Just the other day, I was like, edited, and I was like laughing at myself and everything. And it's just like, I can always do that. And it's like, it makes you to where you're kind of fucking paranoid. And like, it makes you like be like, what the fuck is going on? And then it makes you realize that, like, okay, like, unless some weird shit beyond my control is like going on that I have no fucking idea about, then it's just coincidental. And so if it's that coincidental for me, and then I've met other people that they're like, yeah, coincidences and stuff, then doesn't that right there prove how in sync we all are? Like, I don't know how to explain it, like, but anyway, yeah. It is like so warm in here right now, and I don't even know why. I hadn't had the heater on for a minute, and the dogs are sleeping so good. Like, they're passed out on the couch. It's so precious. But, anyways, yeah, just a short video stating that, like, coincidences, and then this other girl shared this thing, and it's them talking about people making Facebooks or YouTubes or Instagrams and putting up pictures and this and that, and how people would want to sit and make fun of them instead of being supportive, yet they'll be supportive of like actresses and stuff because that's the trend and that's who they're going to follow and support. And when they do that, they're helping them, and they mean like financially, but also like just support, emotional support, and everything. And they don't really know the person. Like, they've never really hung out with the person. They'll probably never meet the person and shit like that. And then the people that they have hung out with, the people that have helped them, the people that have been nice to them, will go out and make social media accounts and stuff or whatever, or even be like what I'm doing, with the YouTube. And they won't do shit, they'll just ignore them and laugh and make fun and be like, oh my god, they think that they're so, what the fuck ever you're supposed to be thinking. And it's like, in all honesty, with the way the internet is, with the way society is, if you don't get out there and like make your self known to a degree, like, like, I don't even think Facebook is like enough. And it's like a medium of, because you're not looking for like huge popularity, but it's like finding a medium ground of like trying to live in today's society is the best way I can think to word it. My nose has been running a little bit over the past few minutes. But, anyways, it's like just trying to find a good balance of, like, kind of you representing who you are. That way, people aren't out here trying to portray you, and to be something that you're not and everything. And I mean, granted, we're not all watched like 24/7, like, well, I mean, where it's like everybody can watch us 24/7 and see every little thing that we do and say and everything and stuff like that. But it's like, I've always thought that this was a good, like, method that people would use, like, especially dealing with parenting and stuff. But even, like, just with character building and stuff, it's like, do everything in a way that if everything you do was done on camera, could be seen, everything, do it in a way that you would be able to not necessarily be 100% proud of it, but yes, to a degree, like, you'd be proud. You'd be like, yeah, like, even if it was something personal, like going to the bathroom, yeah, I peed, yeah, like, just normal shit and everything. And it's like you're supposed to have that sense of pride in yourself and everything. But I mean, even though I've always thought that was a cool thing to kind of think on and try to kind of live by, it's not, it's really hard to, I guess, especially like simple shit or just shit like with everything and stress and emotions. But that's me and the shit that I've been through and everything. That's like me not taking a shower every day. Technically, the right answer, and that's the thing too, is it's like those are things that can kind of be blurred, the lines can be blurred, for instance, Jesus, when he was alive, how often did he bathe, and how often did the people in that time bathe and everything. And then you hear about how people's bathing habits were horrible back in the day, just bad, 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 months, and they'd have rings of dirt around their neck and stuff like that and everything, and just make me vomit thinking about it. But it's like, now we live in a society where it's like, oh, you have to shower every day to be a decent person. And if you don't shower every day to be a decent person, then you're a piece of shit. Like, that's the majority of what the fuck y'all think. Like, y'all live in a world where y'all literally think that. And then you'll let it slide behind closed doors that you don't bathe every single day. Yet you can't have the pride in that, I guess, or the normalcy in it. That's like my first boss that I was working for or whatever. I was like, something about my clothes, and I was like, and my clothes wasn't clean, and this was when I had to wear, like, every single day, like, my outfit had to be cleaned from from one day to the next. Like, I could not wear it 2 days. Like, I was just, because I was living with my grandmother and she smoked like crazy. And, like, I was like, no, it has to be washed for me to wear it. And, she said to me, because I said something about my pants or something. Or maybe I didn't say it. Maybe I was talking. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, in all honesty. That's been a long ass time ago. But she's like, you can wear your work pants 2 days and it still be okay. And I just thought to myself, did she really say that to me? Oh my God, she don't seem like the type of person to say that, and to admit to that. And like, she said it to me when me and her were just in the office. And so I was like, is she trying to make me feel better, and like, and stuff. And I was like, oh, and then I was like, really? And I was like, because she don't seem that type of girl, if you will, or woman, that, would be like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. And yet, I know probably more than likely if she were to hear about my life now and the way that it's like, no, I ain't took a shower today. And yes, I'll wear my work clothes all week long, or, I'll change it like halfway through the week. She'd probably be like, oh my God, that's so disgusting. More than likely. That's what my opinion tells me. My opinion, though, can be chalked up to shit because it's my opinion, it's not fact. And that's one of the biggest things, like, in the world that, like, is fucked up about life. Is like, everybody's like, this is fact because they said it, and it's just an opinion. Opinions vary. Opinions are like assholes, and everybody's got one. But, anyways, like, you're supposed to feel ashamed and degraded practically over here in America. If you don't take a shower every day, you might as well just chalk yourself up to being a piece of shit. Like that's the mentality that society over here in America has set upon most people. And just all kinds of bullshit like that. And yet we have movie stars that have even admitted to not bathing daily and everything. Like people that, we sit here and we're like, oh, they were awesome and they're great and stuff and everything. And like, and what was it? I even seen a thing where they was talking about somebody had like some horrible body odor about them that was like an actor or whatever, actress. I'm like real famous. I forget who it was because it was like 2 years ago when I read the article, and I was just like, yeah, that seems about right. And I mean, you have to think with as many different variations of human beings that there are on the face of the planet and mindsets, you can't tell me that we're all going to agree on something. And unless it is factually proven to be the right conclusion and the right thing to go by, then we're not going to all agree. And it fucks you up mentally, when you're sitting there and you're told that you're supposed to or whatever. And so back to the whole showering thing, like, I don't shower every fucking day, and I've been made fun of a lot for it and everything, and I was made fun of it, like, or for it, not of it, but for it, because, what was it, when I was a kid, I think I only bathed once a week, maybe twice a week. Like, I think I bathed Sunday night, and then Friday night. Like, or something like that. All I know is I didn't bathe every fucking night. I know that much. And, like, my grandmother, like, that's the way that they did when she was growing up. They bathed once a week. And then we sit over here and we complain, like they always complain, it seems like, oh, water shortages, and people that are like, all like, let's conserve water, let's save water, let's do this, and let's be more responsible for the environment and, and all this and everything. And yet, it's like, shower every day, shower every single day. And then that's like even a toss up between bathing versus showering. Showering, everything goes like down the drain. Whatever rinses off your body goes down the drain. If you take a bath and then if you don't shower afterwards or like stand up and let everything rinse down into the drain, then you're setting in your own filth, if you will. But then to a degree that's kind of good because the oils in your body and like keeping your skin, like hydrated to an extent and all this and everything. And it's just, there's just so many fucking debates on what is right and what is wrong. And you get to the point where you're like, fuck it, I'm going to do what I think because there is no right or wrong answer. Like, it's bullshit for you to sit there and be like, this is correct and that's not. Now, I'm not saying to sit here and be like, oh, let's go back to, like, the people in the fucking 1600s or what the fuck ever and bathe once every fucking month or 3 months or what the fuck ever they did. But you just, as an individual being, even though we all, like I said at the beginning of the video, everything kind of syncs up and stuff. And we all have coincidental shit that happens and everything. It's like, you've got to be okay with who you are, I guess. You've got to allow yourself to be who you're meant to be. Like, I don't know how else to word it. Like, you've got to find your own belief system. You've got to find your own reasonings. You've got to find your own logic. You've got to find your own opinions. And it's really hard to do, too, also, when practically, like, probably from birth to, like, 2, like, you don't even know what the fuck an opinion is, and you just do stuff that you're else told to do. Or you just do. Like, you don't even think of what the fuck you're doing. You just fly by the seat of your pants, And then from, like, 2 to 5, you're told, by your family, especially, what's right. And so that forms your opinion. Then you go to school, and then half the time your teacher's opinion is different than what your family said. So then you're taught another opinion. So then you have to learn how to juggle those. So then you go through school and you have many, many more teachers. Then you have many, many more classmates. Then there's more and more opinions. There's more and more ways of looking at it. There's more and more ways of seeing it, viewing it. And so you got to deal with that and everything. And then you get older and you get a job and it's the same damn thing. And that's even like my landlord coming in here with the damn maintenance people. And the maintenance people texting her and being like, oh my God, it smells like urine or ammonia or piss, or I don't know what they said to her. They said something to her because she's like, hey, can you clean your floors? And then when she come in, she's like, oh, yeah, it smells bad in here, and I don't know if you just can't tell it because you live here in it. And see, that's like the same damn thing that I said to another neighbor, because I told him how the landlord had came in and looked around my apartment before and kind of, made faces, if you will, and stuff. And he's like, who is she to talk when her mama's apartment smells like cat pee, pure up and down cat pee? And I was like, yeah, I know. And he's like, how does she live like that? And I said, I don't know. I said to him, I don't know. She probably just got used to it. And so she went nose blind to it, like they talk about on the fucking Febreze commercials. And so that's what the landlord was trying to say to me about my pets. And I was just like, oh my God, And it's opinions. And my opinion is, I hate to say it, very agreeable with a lot of people around here. Even the maintenance people at one point in time agreed that the landlord's mother's apartment reeks of cat urine smell, and that her place smells a lot worse off than my place has ever smelled. But then everybody changes their opinions whenever it becomes the buddy, and rubbing shoulders and all that, and trying to, that's just like the maintenance people, like when I first started hanging out with them and got close with them and my kid and all that, and we was trying to be friends and stuff, supposedly, but I was wishy-washy, like, on what to think of them. I was like, I don't know. I ain't gonna make a judgment yet, which I don't do with most people. I usually leave my judgments kind of up in the air. I'll say things like, I said to this one girl just, a few weeks ago, like, that I worked with, because I just went, like, fucking crazy, and I was like, she just popped up online. I'm gonna fucking talk to her. Hell yeah, you know? And, I was like, because we worked, like, my first boss was our same boss. Like, that's how we met each other, kind of, and stuff. And I was like, she hates me, and you hate me, and everybody hates me. And she's just like, I don't hate you. She's like, I don't know about the previous boss. She's like, but I don't hate you. And yeah, I say that, but I don't actually believe that about her. Like, I wonder it about her because she's treated me like she has. And so I'll say stuff like that. But like I said, it's an opinion. It's not a set in stone type thing. So, anyways, these maintenance people, we hung out, our kids hung out, what the fuck ever, and then, like, they called, or they got a phone call from the landlord saying, hey, you didn't fix this right, and you're gonna have to come back out and fix it, and they got mad. Like, they showed me the text messages between them. They got mad, and they was like, we're never going to do work for her ever again. She's a horrible landlord, and she's like, they were just, and I was like, okay, and I was like, well, I'm not going to say whether she's a great landlord or a horrible landlord. I was just like, it's whatever. And these people, long and behold, they went a few months not doing any work for her. Then they started working for her again. And I was just like, you know. And then I mentioned that to a different neighbor around here, and they're like, well, or no, I take that back. That wasn't what I mentioned to them. That was dealing with something else. But anyways, I get like having to humble yourself or whatever, supposedly to make a living, to make money and everything. And that's the reason sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to fucking hang myself. Because to kiss somebody's ass just to make money, just to survive. Yeah, I think I would rather die. Because if you believe in God, and I do, and it states in the Bible about God, that He takes care of the birds. And if He's going to take care of them, then why is He not going to take care of you? And see, the taking care standard has been raised so high by society's standards. And that's the reason when there was a homeless guy that was coming to the store, and even though I gave him enough money for him to go take a shower, because there's a truck stop, and I was like, here's enough money, and do what you want to with it. And I mean, he could have took a shower, but he chose not to, and so instead he kept the money and he used it for whatever. And I shared food with him, and I sat and talked with him, and even though his talking sometimes rambled on a little bit, it didn't a lot and everything. And granted, there's other homeless people that are around here, but there was just something that pulled me to talking to him. Like his ways, his personality, or whatever. Like, just, and just the timing, because I went on break the first time I seen him, and he was just sitting there, and I was like, that dude's been sitting there for 3 days. And I was like, and I just got 2 biscuits. And I was like, I'm going to give him a biscuit, and so I got to where I'd talk to him and stuff. And anyways, so I gave him $10. He didn't take a shower. I don't know what he did with the money. Probably bought him some more food. Might have got him some drugs. Hell if I know. But he seemed relatively decent and kind and everything. And I put on my Facebook because, like always, anytime that I decide to be nice to somebody that's homeless or that's having a not so good life, and then the person keeps coming around And so I keep helping them out and I keep being nice to them. People get to talking about it. People start shit talking about it. People even start making comments that have no place coming into existence. And then, and I mean nasty shit being said. And then they'll finally get enough courage to ask me why I'm helping them or why I'm doing this. That's like asking me why I would ever brush my hair. Like, it's just, I'm doing what I'm doing, and if I'm helping somebody out, I'm helping them out, And then I've had some people kind of pop off and be like, well, why are you helping this and but not that? And then I'm like, well, I've witnessed this one, and this one gets more handouts, this one gets more help, this one gets more kindness, this one gets less shit talk, this one gets, I take into account things. And so anyways, I was, helping the guy out, or whatever. Like, I'd give him food whenever I had extra, and I'd buy extra food and stuff. And I got on my Facebook one day because all the shit had kind of stirred up, and people were like, why is she doing that? And like, they think that I do it. Another thing too is like for attention. If I want attention, if I am so desperate for attention, like, just shot the fuck out. Desperate for attention. I have a temperament to bring on attention. An angry temperament. I have a smart-ass temperament that could bring on shit and attention. And I could even sit here and be like, the majority of most women, which, is over-sexualized, or whatever. I could sit here and, I could sit here with V-necks all the time with my damn breasts hanging out or some type of shit like that. And I'm not saying that, oh, you're over-sexualized if you're doing that. That if that's who you are, then that's who you are. But that's obviously not who I am. But if I wanted more attention, then yes, I know that showing my tits, more is going to bring more attention. And it's just like common logic, that sex and it sells, that's just like in Hollywood, sex sells, and everything that they talk about. But I don't do this for attention, and so I don't help out homeless people for attention when I do help them out, just like when I gave like 20 and 40 cents to people that they couldn't cover it or whatever on the buses that used to come and stuff, and like people were like, you don't have to do that, and why are you doing that? And I was like, because I just am. If I got the money in my pocket and whatever, And then, so, word gets spread, and then people try to take advantage of me, and in all honesty, if you're going to sit there, and you're going to be somebody that takes advantage, it's going to come back on you tenfold. I'm not going to sit there and be, like, completely blind-eyed, naive to the shit, but at the same time, like, there was this one guy that come in, he's like, oh, how much is this? And I was like, oh, it's $1.39. And he's like, and what if I get this and this? So he added 2 more things. So you ought to know 2 more things is going to be at least $2 more. And I told him the price, and it was like $3.50 or something. And he's like, oh, I got like $1.40. And I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, I got you. Whatever. I got you, dude. Just go. And I thought to myself, never again. Why I pay $2 on somebody else's damn food? I was like, but you a lucky one tonight. You a lucky one. And but anyways, back to the guy that I was helping and everything. Like, people started judging me, thinking I was doing it for attention. They think I do it to be like a competitive, like, look at me, and I don't. And I'm not even talking about it on here to be like that. I'm using it as an example to show the way that society has become and everything. And just, like, you've got to represent yourself. You've got to be yourself, whatever that is. And even if it changes from one day to the next, like, even if I come back tomorrow and I got a lip piercing and half my damn face tattooed, then that's where the fuck I'm at. And you need to be okay with that. Like, you need to be okay with yourself. Because if you're not okay with yourself, then you're never going to be able to be okay with anybody else. And, so anyways, like I was saying, standards, society, the way things are set up, and people sit there, water shortages and don't use water and save the planet and all this, and yet they take a shower every fucking day. Some of them take more than one shower or bath or whatever every fucking day. And then they sit there, and over in other countries, they don't have water, they're dying of dehydration or whatever and stuff like that. And it's like, over here, gotta take a shower every day so that way you fit in. It's just stupidity of that. And that's one thing that kind of has caused, like, the mental illness increase. I was fixing to say decline, but increase over here is, like, there's no set, like, everything's just kind of, and figure it out yourself and kind of have your own opinion and pretend like you do this, when you actually do that, and it's complete and total bullshit. It really is. But, anyways, in the Bible it states, that if God's going to take care of the birds of the sky, then he's going to take care of you. Like, he created them, he's going to take care of them. And that's just like death, we're all going to die when we're supposed to die. Even people that do commit suicide, I firmly believe that, even though they've kind of upset the natural order of life as a whole, God foreknew everything before it happened, So... And then if that's the case, then it's like, why is suicide prevention even out there, But everything's just becoming the way it's supposed to be. That's all there is to it. And all we can do is saddle up and ride it into sunset and figure out what the fuck is going on in between that now and then, and just hope like hell, and it is what it is. But I don't know. Like, I really don't know. People amaze me. And it's like, yeah, God's going to make sure that you have shelter, but it may not be the best shelter, and it may not be constant. God's going to make sure you have food if he wants you to have food and survive, And that's the thing, too, is like, even the amount of food over here and the amount of food wasted and all these people that are hungry, in the world and everything. Son of a bitch. My nose just started itching like crazy. But, it's like, over here, we're supposed to always have 3 meals a day. Always. And over in other countries, I guess they're on the same thing. I've never really looked that much into it. But then you got to think about, what is it? Like, whenever they show the kids and they're like, oh, a bag of rice, goes this long and da da da. And just, I don't know. It just amazes me. And then I could sit here and I could be hypocritical, or not hypocritical, but hard, I guess, on myself, more self judging, and be like, Heather, you're fat ass, don't eat that and everything. And like, I kind of used to be like that. Like, I honestly got so skinny when my kid was 2, like, for as far as my bone mass and like my muscle mass and everything. Like, I look back at the pictures and I'm like, holy shit, my arms look skeletal, like, and even though I wasn't that skinny for my height, based upon what the United States, has sent out, or what the fuck ever, and everything, like, I can't get any tinier, healthy, like, muscle mass, like, working out and everything. I can't get any smaller than 140. And I'm 5'3". I'll tell you how fucking tall I am, or at least that's, 5'2", 5'3", what the fuck ever. But I can't get any smaller than 140. I've tried. Oh, I tried and tried and tried. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And in all honesty, 160 was probably more healthy for me than 140. 140, I was considered to be a woman, like, at this age and this weight. When I was 140, I was, 20? And I weighed, like, 140, and, like, so I'm considered to be a woman, and I'm in a size 9 in juniors jeans, which is teenagers, like, before women. And, like, in women's, that's, like, size 7, I guess, or something. I don't know, in all honesty. And then that's another thing, too. Oh, my God, over here. I am so sick and tired of the multitudes of shit. Like, yes, there's multiple people, there's multiple opinions, there's multiple this, there's multiple that, there's multiple question fucking tests on every fucking thing. And there is just, oh my God, it's multiples and multitudes and just like overload, sensory overload and shit. It's like, literally, right now, if you go into any fucking store and you try to buy, like, let's say toothpaste, there's at least gonna be like 25 different kinds of toothpaste on the fucking shelf, if not more. And it's like, okay, we all want healthy teeth. We all want fresher breath. We all want, like, what the fuck? Like, why is there so... And I mean, I get it, like, that's the diversity of us all and everything. And some people like this brand better and that brand, or they like this flavor better, and then you got the kids that they gotta have the bubble gum or the cotton candy or the what the fuck ever. I mean, it's just... And then that's like, even when it comes to parenting nowadays, it's like, oh, you're going to have children. You're going to raise them your way. Good for you. Okay, you know what? Your way's wrong. And I swear to God, whatever you're doing, if you are honest about it, see, that's the thing. That's the reason my kid is with my parents right now. It's because I know how to be honest. If you sat down and you told somebody honestly about your parenting skills and your parenting tactics and your parenting ways, about how you spank your kids, or you yell at your kids, or you put your kids in timeout, or you take away their toys, or you throw away their this, or you do anything, however you discipline them, even if you discipline them by not disciplining them, anybody anywhere can go, you're a bad parent, and damn call and say that you are neglecting something, whether it's your child's emotional well-being, mental, or physical well-being. And that's it. You lose. And so that's like me, like with my parents and my kid and everything. It's like, I guess you could say I knew ahead of time. I knew before I was ever with anybody, before I was ever with my kid's dad, I knew I'm going to have to be able to get the fuck away from my family. Like, get the fuck away from them. And so I meet this guy, and I'm with him, and he's all fucking wonderful, supposedly. And he's like, yeah, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And all I owe is this much in child support. And once I get that paid off, then I'm scot-free, and my parole, and this and that. And I'm like, honey, if we get together and I get a job, like, I can help you pay that off, and we can get that taken care of. And then we can move, But since the other child was already here in this state, I was like, we'll just move like 1 or 2 states away. And it's like, yeah, and then that all fucking fell through. Real fucking just gone. Bye bye. Because of shitty attitudes and lying people and shit. And so, anyways. So that's the reason it's like, I kissed my parents' asses all these years. And then, my kids fucking like 8, 9, 9. And I'm like, I should be able to wiggle free and have my independence from my parents finally and just raise my kid. And as long as I'm letting her go and see them at least once a month for 2 and 3 days, letting her spend the whole weekend, and letting her go over during the summer for weeks or a month or whatever, we should be good. We should be great. Should be exceptional. Right? Because hell, my dad, his fucking grandparents lived in fucking Kentucky, and he only got to see them twice a year, so they can't be a hypocrite when I'm at least letting them see their grandchild, when I never wanted them to see any of their grandchildren from me, until they had been broken and had learned to respect me as an adult, and had learned that when I say, hey, here, you can babysit them, but don't give them this or don't do that because of this, and then them actually respect me. And instead, they gave her so much candy her damn teeth rotted out of her head, when she was a kid. And just shit like that. And so I was just like, yes, she's old enough now. My child's old enough now, and all this. And I'm going to have my independence. And I'm going to move out. And I'm going to work. And I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do that. And then eventually I'm going to get my license, which I just recently got. And then I'm going to get a car. And then we're going to stay here until my kid is else out of middle school and fixing to go to high school and move. Or we're going to stay until she graduates. And then we're going to move. Because then she's going to be like, yeah, I done lived here my whole fucking childhood and everything. I'm 18. Mama says she'll move out of state with me. Mama will pay the bills. I'm still the kid. I'm still living with mama. Mama, let's go live here. Like that. That was the plan for me and her. And like, because I've not been able to find nobody decent enough to raise her with. Which, granted, I'm not pushing, looking, or whatever. I'm not sitting here on dating websites and all kinds of stuff. Like, there's no sense in it and shit. Like, literally. Because everybody just wants to send you a picture of their fucking dick. Like, no. Like, dude. Or they want to be like, you gonna ride it? You gonna do this? And shit. Like, dude, we ain't even fucking hung out. What the fuck's wrong with you? So no, dating websites, they're full of shit. Like, I don't know what's happened to men. And then, like I said, all this shit happens. My kid gets taken from me. And then I'm over here working. And then me and this girl was talking beforehand, and I thought she was cute beforehand, and I've thought other females are cute way before I ever met her. And I've always kind of been, like, if I can't never find a guy to build a life with, and I'm kind of tomboyish in my ways, and like I done trying to take care of my kid by myself, it's like I done know what I'm capable of. And even though my confidence is shot to hell in a handbasket due to my family's treatment of me, I try to keep my confidence up, but I know deep down what I am capable of, even if I've not achieved it. And so it's just pushing myself and getting past that. But it's like having that emotional support. And it's like I don't have that from anybody. It's enough to make me fucking really mad and really pissed off and really hurt and really sad and really suicidal. But, anyways, dang on, I meet this girl and I just think she's, like, I thought she was adorable. And, like, the more I watched her and the more she helped me and the more she talked to me, the more I talked to her. And I even, like, said something to my kid when my kid was still home one night. Like, I was like, hey, this is so-and-so, introduced them. And my kid was just like, and so was this girl, EJ. And we was walking home, me and my kid. And I was like, so what do you think of her? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, you don't know? And she's like, no. Like, she was just mellow. Like, usually my kid is very opinionated. Like, my kid's like, I don't like them. Or they, like, she's just very opinionated. She's very firm in her opinions. And with EJ, like, her opinion was just mellow. Like, she was just like, I don't know. Like she, like open opportunity to still get to know her. And then, like, that's, like, even, like, my damn dogs. Like, my damn dogs like her, too. And my cat and everything. And I was just like, and her cat's like me. And I was like, God, can you just help her to see that we get along at least, like, even if it's not romantic, and everything. But, and then I sat here and I look back at the messages. I mean, she messaged me on fucking Valentine's Day. And granted, I mean, but the way, like, and just looking back, and she wished me a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, and, like, and then to sit there and be like, I don't like you, and, like, she wished it in the AM hours. It wasn't like, oh, you're one of the later friends that I'm gonna put off, and I'll eventually, and that's what my brain's telling me and everything. And then her even be like, I hate you, because she changed her. And if that is aimed towards me, it's like she's one of those people that, like, it's backwards. I mean, apparently, because, like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine that night. Apparently, it wasn't fine. So, if you hate me, let's flip it, What's that mean? But I really want to be with her. Like, I really like her. I really want to hang out with her, get to know her more, and see if we can make a run of it, and relationship-wise, and, like, I hate that I'm even saying that, because I feel like I'm kind of setting myself up for being like, no, you can't date nobody, you can't be with nobody else, or what the fuck ever. And I mean, if I'm doing that, then I'm doing that, I reckon, because hell, I done been single 5 fucking years. And then before that, I was single for, let's see, 3 or some shit. And then before that, like, I was kinda single for a year and stuff, so there's some, whatever. Like, I hate being single, I really do, because, like, I'm like, oh, it'd be so good in a relationship if it would just fucking last past the bullshit, you know? Like, I'm like long-term commitment type person. But I'm gonna end it because it's coming up on 50 minutes, and I was originally just gonna do a short video, but just got to talking and venting about some stuff and everything. But yeah, society standards and everything just being it's just crazy. Everything's just crazy. The way everything is. So I'm gonna end it here. If you like my videos, like, comment, share, or subscribe, and I'll catch you later.